Hi, this is Gabby Berman, and for my medieval source project, I made a scroll. So I will open it up in a sec, but the scroll I made was of the life of Guthlac, and this was written by the East Anglian monk Felix. He wrote, this is a primary source of information about Guthlac's life. It was written around 740, the year 740. Basically, it describes the life of Guthlac, who was an Anglo-Saxon saint from the kingdom of Mercia. Guthlac was a warrior in the borderlands of Mercia, and after 9 years of being a warrior, he had a religious conversion and became a hermit and lived in solitude on an island. The manuscript tells us about Guthlac's life and describes different battles he had with demons while he was a warrior. This text is used a lot when learning about Guthlac, even though he's one of the most forgotten saints from this time. This source is used a lot if people are learning about him. The manuscript itself looks like it was written as a book, but I made it into a scroll just for the sake of this project. To make the scroll, I used one of the websites that was provided for us, and so the first thing I did was I took an 11 by 17 sheet of paper and ripped off all the edges. I then crumpled the sheet up into a ball and then flattened it back out. Then I put it in a baking sheet and then poured some old coffee on it to make it look yellow and more aged. And then after letting it sit for 5 minutes, I dumped the coffee into the sink to get it all out. And then I used a hairdryer to blow dry the paper, and that took about 10 minutes for it to dry. I then traced one of the original pages of this manuscript onto the paper, and then I made the ends of the scrolls with meat skewers and the rubber part of Nerf bullets, and then I tied the scroll shut with the hair tie that was broken. So now I will show you. So here it is. It is closed. And then untie it. Here's the hair tie. And then we will unscroll. Here it is. So I used a meat skewer and Nerf bullets. And then I just traced the page right onto there. So it was written in Latin, and I had a lot of fun making this. It was fun to try to use different resources and figure out what I could use to make the different things. The paper and the coffee was pretty self-explanatory, but I really didn't know what to make the ends of the scroll with or what to tie it shut with. So it was fun to try and problem solve and figure out what I wanted to do for it. I also learned a lot about the medieval sources, because as I was looking through just different ones to potentially recreate, I learned that a lot of them were in Latin or just different languages that aren't really used anymore. Some of them on different resources even said unknown language. So it was just really interesting to look at the different things that could have been, or different languages that could have been used, or the different people that were writing on these scrolls and on these papers. Looking through this manuscript, particularly the life of Guthlac, it was really cool to see the language written out and the different scripts that were on it, because the pictures that I found of it were annotated a little bit, so it was kind of cool to see what different people thought and what people thought was interesting, because I couldn't understand what was on the scroll itself. But yeah, overall, I had a lot of fun making this. And I'll show you one more time. Here it is. There's the Nerf bullets. And yeah, overall, it was just a lot of fun to make this. And I learned a lot about the medieval sources. Thank you.